What's up everyone, I'm Dan and thanks to Infinity Vector for the review code for Assoluto Racing on the Nintendo Switch systems. Assoluto Racing makes an interesting jump from mobile devices to the Nintendo Switch, bringing with it a realistic driving model, licensed cars and a surprising amount of content. Originally released as a free-to-play mobile racing simulator, the Switch version includes the full game, bonus currency, a curated selection of vehicles, and even cross-save and cross-play support so you can seamlessly continue your progress between platforms. While it doesn't have the production values of heavyweight racing games like Grid Autosport or Gran Turismo, it carves out its own niche by focusing on authentic driving rather than arcade thrills. It's a game with some obvious rough edges, but there's also an enjoyable racing experience underneath them. Getting started is refreshingly straightforward. The game opens with a tutorial that does a good job of introducing the fundamentals, making the controls easy to get to grips with even if you're new to simulation races. Before long, you'll be learning braking points, ideal racing lines, and how different drivetrains behave. Unlike many traditional racing games where you're constantly battling AI opponents, Assoluto Racing puts a heavy emphasis on time trials. You're often racing against the clock rather than other cars, with your lap times uploaded to worldwide leaderboards. Shaving tenths of a second off your best lap, improving your race line and climbing the rankings gives the game a satisfying one more run quality that keeps pulling you back. There's also plenty of variety alongside standard circuit racing. You'll find drifting, rally events, tandem chase modes, and championships spanning multiple skill levels from amateur through to veteran. With hundreds of challenges available, there's no shortage of content for solo players. The driving model is undoubtedly the star of the show. Every vehicle feels different depending on whether it's front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, or all-wheel drive. Cars have believable weight, braking requires precision, and carrying momentum through corners is essential if you want competitive lap times. Those who enjoy tinkering will appreciate the extensive tuning options. Suspension settings, differential adjustments, tire pressures, and gear ratios can all be modified to better suit your driving style or the requirements of individual events. Once you begin upgrading your cars and unlocking tougher championships, the deeper mechanics become even more rewarding. Visually, however, the game is much less impressive. The licensed cars themselves look good enough with respectable models that faithfully recreate many recognizable manufacturers. Whether you're driving Japanese performance icons or European supercars, the vehicles are clearly the visual highlight. The environments are another story. Tracks often lack environmental detail, scenery can appear quite basic, and overall presentation feels noticeably behind modern console races. Compared to something like Grid Autosport or Legends, Assoluto Racing simply doesn't make the cut visually. Thankfully, the racing itself remains immersive enough that you'll often focus more on the next braking zone than the scenery flying past. Audio, on the other hand, fares a bit better. Engine, note, and car sound effects are generally well done, giving each vehicle its own character. Combined with realistic handling, it helps sell the feeling that you're driving genuine performance cars. Performance is also commendable. The game targets a smooth 60 frames per second for the vast majority of gameplay, and maintaining responsive handling is arguably more important than pushing graphical fidelity in a racing simulator. Where the Switch version begins to show its mobile origins is in its user interface. Navigating menus can be frustrating, largely because you're forced to move an on-screen cursor using the analog sticks rather than simply selecting options directly. It feels cumbersome and slows down what should be a quick menu navigation. Some interface elements also don't feel fully optimized for the console, making the overall experience feel less polished than it should. The game also retains several live service features from its mobile counterpart. Rotating events, special vehicle imports, daily rewards, and a battle pass offering both free and premium reward tracks are all present. Thankfully, the microtransactions never felt overly aggressive during my time with the game. Many rewards can still be earned simply by playing, and the included founder-style bonuses help new Switch players get started. One of the biggest advantages of this version is the cross-save and cross-play functionality. Being able to move between Switch and mobile while keeping your progress synced is genuinely convenient and allows you to continue your progress wherever you choose to play. Unfortunately, there's still a few frustrations. The game requires an online connection, even for single player content, which somewhat limits the appeal of the Switch version. Accessibility options are also extremely limited, which is disappointing given how many modern racing games now include assists and customization features for a wider audience. Despite these shortcomings, Assoluto Racing remains an enjoyable surprise. The excellent physics, rewarding handling, huge amount of single player content, detailed car tuning and competitive leaderboard system all combine to create a racing simulator that genuinely rewards skill and patience. It may not rival the presentation or polish of premium console racers, and its mobile roots are occasionally impossible to ignore, but beneath those issues lies a surprisingly deep driving experience. Racing fans looking for something a little different on the Nintendo Switch may find plenty to enjoy, especially if they appreciate simulation-focused gameplay over flashy spectacle. Assoluto Racing is out now on the Nintendo eShop, priced at $16.99 in the UK and $19.99 in the US. Thanks again to Infinity Vector, thanks to you all for watching, and until next time.